Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the daily scan for Friday, September 6, 2013. Well, the big announcement for today will be the unemployment number for, what was the last month? August. That's right. It'll be for August. Should be an interesting number, but even more interesting and of greater concern is what's going on in the Middle East. Very, very worried about all the chest pounding that's going on out there. Somebody's going to pull a trigger accidentally and cause a lot of big headaches. But in the meantime, over in Asia, kind of mixed, mostly positive over there, and in Europe, flat to slightly negative on the continent, as they call it. Okay, let's head right over to the futures here in the U.S. We're looking at a flat to slightly negative. I don't know who's pumping up the NASDAQ. I don't know, somebody's looking good this morning. Could it be Apple? I don't know. There's always that talk now about the smartwatches, and I find it kind of funny because now you got a bunch of Dick Tracys running around. So yeah, Apple's probably it. It has traded 630 shares, and it looks like it's going to gap up a couple dollars. So this particular trade here that I was thinking of doing would have worked out just fine, but I never got the entry alert. All right, so we're not ready to look at that yet. Gold is at $13.69. It's falling pretty rapidly, and oil is up over $108 a barrel. That is not good. All right. When the rockets start firing over there, you can bet oil is going to really take a big jump. So I'm sure that futures in oil is probably very, very active. A lot of people buying contracts. Yesterday, I wanted to let you know, let's go over here to the monitor tab. A couple of things. The alert triggered on Goldman. I had a bail alert set up on Goldman, so I did get out. I got out totally without trying to do anything silly or funny or anything, and it was later on in the afternoon. I think it was on this candle basically that I got out. I waited just to see what it was going to do, and it was looking to me like it might hold here, and I was afraid of a gap up in the morning, so I just decided to get out, and I got out. It cost me 13 cents to buy that spread back, and I collected 60 cents on it, so there's $47 that I pocketed, or 47 cents, or about $85, because I had two pairs of contracts on that. So I was happy with that. So now today, when we go over here to take a look at it, we'll be looking to get back in again for next week. The other two unconventional things that I did was the alert triggered first. Let's talk about Google. And I actually went in and I did basically an overnight trade about 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon. And this was a pretty nice trade. We'll hit the Analyze tab and go take a look at Google here. 120 bucks to be in this overnight. That's not too bad, not counting commissions, of course. So we're talking maybe $2.50 to $5 max in commissions on this. So that trade will probably work out pretty well. And I went to go take a look at it, and then it will no longer be true, but we're about 18 or 19 here for a delta at this 870 level. So I felt pretty comfortable. If you take a look at a chart, I was actually under the price for the day. So if Google opens up today, and what are we looking at here? Well, it might actually open down a tad, but as long as it stays above 870, we'll be good. And the other one was Tesla. I actually got in on that, and I did the same thing, only in the opposite direction. I did a bear call on Tesla, and I did it here at the 170 level, and I collected $1.33 on that one. So take a look at the risk profile on that, and all we need it to do is just stay above or below the 170. And even though it's been a very bullish stock, there's a good possibility that it could stay below here. So let's take a look at the chart again. Here's our chart. What are we looking at for today? Do we have any inkling? It may actually open down a tad, looking at the midpoint between the bid and the ask at 169, which would make this a good trade. We should collect a fair amount of theta right away, and as the day wears on, if it stays below 170, the white line will move rapidly up to meet the red line. So a little bit different kind of a thing that I did there. Rest of the positions are looking pretty good. Not worried about actually any of them. Spiders, 10 a.m. here. We're doing okay. We're looking to stay below this 166. So let's take a look at that. And we're looking pretty solid this morning at 165.83. So we should be able to collect most of this $220 worth of profit on this trade for this week. And for next week, for the 10 a.m., let's take a peek at a chart. And we're going to be doing the SPX this time. We'll just do one contract. Come on, charts. Okay, here we go. What are we looking at here? Well, right now we have an up arrow. I just really don't know exactly what we're going to do today. We're looking pretty bullish overall, so we will probably be looking at a bull put, and here I have one that I locked in yesterday at 70 cents. But what might we be looking at here for a 20 delta? Come on. For next week. We will be here at 16.25, which is exactly where this one is here. So let's unlock this. Okay, so 85 cents. I don't know, maybe I'll do two of these. Maybe I'll do two. Or I might pick something with a little bit heavier delta, maybe closer to 30. And what would we get there? It's a $5 spread collecting, so that's a 10-to-1 risk reward. If we're looking at here, would be, well, actually not. Yeah, we could spread this out a little bit too and go to 625. And then I wouldn't have to buy two of them then. I would just have to buy one. So that is a possibility for today, but we're going to see how things move around a little bit, and we'll wait until at least 10 o'clock. We'll figure out what we're going to do at that time, if we're going to do anything. Okay. That's it. That's all that I can see in my notes for yesterday. All right. Jump right over to the A+ list. I'll try to quickly run through that. Oh, yeah, this cold that I might have mentioned yesterday is not being nice to me at all, and I'm hitting it with all the natural remedies that I possibly can. I haven't hit the over-the-counter drugs yet. All right. We're looking at Apple here. A nice hook up, but a red candle for yesterday. We had our alert here. I believe the alert is still valid. We mentioned before that Apple may gap up. I don't know if it's going to get above 500, but we'll see how it does this morning. So that's still valid. Amazon. Well, evidence here. It's a good thing that we got out of this bear call here. So Amazon appears to be moving up. So I am actually, well, I'm not sure here. Up, up, up. When we're in sync over here, that's always a good thing. An alert on Amazon seems to be appropriate here. There's too many indicators showing that it would be a good trade. I had an alert on this yesterday and it triggered, and when I came over to look at it, I said, well, I don't know. I don't know about this. So I looked at it in the morning and took a pass on it. Never went back and looked at it later. Should have done that. Would have been a good spot to get in, actually, right here on the intraday chart. So I need to remember to look at that a little bit more. Baidu. Okay. Baidu may be setting up, or it may be going through a big correction here. I'm not sure exactly which. We're looking pretty down here. So take a pass on that one. Celgene. Marching upward. Very nice looking chart here. No entries though. There was one here. And we were looking at a nice in sync. Also, if you look at this chart and this chart, I have the crosshairs synced up between them. And this was a nice in sync dip on both the weekly and the daily. Everything moving up there, everything moving up there. Should have done that one. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Okay, CF Industries, still nothing going on there. Zero momentum. Zero momentum. Uno momento. Okay, so nothing going on there. Could do I think I've been thinking about doing an iron condor on that. Chipotle, we're in. Looks like it's going to expire profitably, totally out of the money. We like that. Here we have an in-sync dip. We may want to jump in with something for next week. I think so. But it's got to prove it. It's got to prove it. I like it when we're in sync. So hopefully, well, we'll see if we get an alert on it. All right. Gold, I'm sure, is not looking real good. No, not looking real good. We're down. We're bending down here, down here. Probably wouldn't be too bad of a counter trend trade, but I'm not gonna. I think there's plenty of other juicy things out here. Google we already looked at. Just want to check this out. We're in sync also. Like it when we're in sync. So that, hopefully that one works out today. Goldman Sachs. Oh, would I want to do something longer? Would I want to do something longer? I think I'm going to put another alert on this, and I'll do something a little bit longer if she continues up today. All right. Goldman Sachs. Okay, we're out of this one here. Not a very strong direction here. This may fail. Yeah, it may fail. I think I'm going to put an alert down here on Goldman. Right around there someplace. We're going to be looking for a bear call on this one. And I don't want too many alerts. So I'll have to keep that in mind. LinkedIn had a very nice day yesterday, did it not? But too rich right now. We need to pull back a little bit. MasterCard. We're in that. We have bail alert here. Probably not valid anymore, but I'm going to leave it in there anyway. You just never know. I think I'll move it up. To there. All right. Netflix. How are you doing, Netflix? You're doing very, very good. Thank you very much. No entries at this time. Take a pass. Price line. Could have done this iron condor. Do I still have it in here? No, I must have taken it out. Okay. Good iron condor candidate, as we mentioned in the past. I don't think that this target here is valid. And here's the reason why. We have a lot of upward movement here. We're actually a little behind in the synchronization department here. But looking like it might be working. What are we looking at here for prices for next week? 935. Right here. Roughly. A little tight for my taste. Not sure that we're going to break out of this apparent level of resistance here at 960. Oh, let me think about this. Oh my goodness, man. I'm going to take a pass. I'm taking a pass. Tesla, we're in on that one, as we mentioned. This one's a little tight, but it might be okay there. And last but not least is our friend Visa. And a cousin that was involved in the initial launch of Visa way back when. I think I was probably a teenager, maybe in my early 20s, I think. So we're talking around 1965 to 1970, maybe. I had no idea about the concept of credit cards or credit or anything like that at that time. I was more interested in girls. Okay, not seeing anything here. Kind of flat, very little momentum, lots of conflicts for confirmations. So All right, it's the weekend, ladies and gentlemen, so enjoy your weekend. Have a great day and happy trading.